We just used Cascade to follow an online blog post, and it generated a whole full stack application for us. And to show you how to use this, I'm going to implement a tutorial that I found online. So here's a blog post from 2023 that I wrote about how to set up a waitlist. I'm going to copy this URL, head over to Cascade, and say, build me a waitlist on the home page using the approach defined in this blog post. You can see that Cascade has recognized that there's a URL and that it's probably important to actually read the contents of that URL. And now it's going to go through section by section and figure out the most important pieces of content on the page to read so that we can accomplish our query. So you can see it's looking at how to set up a Neon database, which is what I outlined in the blog post. It's going to look at how to set up App Router to set up the backend. And it's going to implement the client using Zod and React hook form. So we'll let Cascade cook for a little bit. You can see it's installing packages, editing our package JSON, and it's going to create the waitlist form component. We've now created our front end. It just created our back end. And now it's going to update our homepage. It's prompting me to npm install. And as you can see, it's implemented the waitlist, the API endpoint, and updated the homepage. In fact, now it's even going a step further and actually setting up my database for me because it recognizes that, like pointed out in the blog post, I'll need to set up my environment variables and set up the right schema. So if I go ahead and go through these changes, so the package JSON looks good. Our backend looks good, and my client. So just to sanity check this, if we look at this client and now look at our blog post, you'll see that it looks remarkably similar because it knows to follow the same set of instructions. Actually, I'll tell Cascade to run it. So I'll say update the homepage, and it's going to take that waitlist form and put it on our homepage. Great, it looks like it updated the homepage for us. Let's accept these changes and then actually run this in dev mode. And what Cascade will do is run the command to run npm dev. It's open on localhost 3000. If we head back over to our localhost 3000, you can see, wow, it just created a homepage for us. We'll click the waitlist. This actually looks very good. We can enter an email, spam@test.com. The correct email validation is there. We can put in our occupation, software engineer, and say this was written with Cascade. And there you have it. We have a waitlist, and it looks like it followed exactly the tutorial set out online. Think about all the possibilities now that Windsurf has access to the internet. Make sure you download the latest version of Windsurf today.